People are fed up with the lies.
Corporate America, we are tired.
People are fed up with the games.
It just seems like there's so much chaos and so much going on in the world.
Being around people it's not the same any longer.
This country is just one big ass experiment.
People want the truth. People are awakening to all of the BS that we are experiencing in America.
How is this even possible?
This is beyond a political issue. It has become a humanitarian and a health issue.
We just quietly adjusted to less joy, less hope, less expectation from life itself.
What once was the quote unquote land of the brave, home of the free, has become what some call scam America. People are numbed out. People are dumbed down. People no longer feel connected. People no longer feel respected. We need answers.
People are quietly giving up right now, and nobody's really talking about it. But maybe it's time that we should.
Who feels like when you meet new people nowadays, they no longer possess normal human emotions? And it's terrifying. I'm talking like passion, empathy, remorse. They do not care about anything that you're saying. They are in their own world. It's so hard for them to hold on a conversation. They're so robotic. Things have changed fast and drastically. Who agrees with me? It's actually really scary.
I seen a post from somebody who said they went to New York for the ball drop and like nobody was cheering, nobody was excited, that it's a new year like normal. That's because nothing is normal. We are not living in normal times, but there are so many people who are pretty much forcing normalcy onto themselves, onto their families, still celebrating the holidays, like nothing has changed, like everything is the same, and they're not facing reality. This is not normal times that we are living in. The shit that is happening, focusing on this country specifically, this is not normal. But we have so many of us who are walking around acting like everything is normal. And this is the reason why they're getting away with so much shit, is because we are still spending, still going to work, still paying taxes, just living life as normal. It's not normal. And until we stop doing all the normal shit, they're going to keep going and going and going.
I'm guessing that it's not just me. Does anybody else feel like they just don't care about anything anymore? Like completely unmotivated? I don't feel like cleaning up. I don't feel like going anywhere. I don't feel like talking to anyone. I just feel like everything has shifted. Like I'm on a new timeline and nothing has caught up to me and nothing feels interesting or valid or worth doing. I don't feel depressed. I just feel like, where the am I?
Nobody talks about the phase after burnout. And I think that's where most of us are right now. It's not that people are mad anymore. It's that people are just empty. We still wake up, we go to work, we still answer text, we still pay bills, we still laugh at memes sometimes, but something underneath all of that is just gone. And it's not the depression in the way that people think. It's more like realizing this is it. This loop, this pace, this constant feeling like you're behind, even when you're doing everything you were told to do. We just quietly adjusted to less joy, less hope, less expectation from life itself. And that's the part that scares me the most, because when people are angry, they fight. When people are sad, they ask for help. But when people just go numb, they just survive. They stop dreaming big. They stop imagining different. They stop believing things can actually change. Not because they don't care, but because caring started to hurt too much. So if you've been feeling disconnected lately, unmotivated in a way that sleep doesn't fix, tired even on your days off, there's nothing wrong with you. This is what happens when the pressure never lets up and the expectations never come down. This isn't a call to riot. It's not some motivational bullshit either. It's just me saying this out loud so you know that you're not alone in it. A lot of us are still standing, but, we're just standing quietly right now.
Anybody else not wanting to go out to the stores any longer? Being around people it's not the same any longer. It's like your energy gets sucked in somehow. Or if you're in a group of, let's say you're in a huge I don't know, like crowds of people while you're shopping. You feel like this disconnection that you need to get out of that store. Yeah, that happened to me today. I was so uncomfortable and I just couldn't vibe with the people around me that I just was like, nope, I gotta go. That's been happening, but today happened more than ever, you guys. I don't know what is it about today.
Isn't it utterly wild that in some places it's illegal to live in your vehicle or to be homeless? It's as if the lawmakers are saying, because you can't play the game that we want you to play, or you don't have the mental capacity to play the game that we want you to play to make this whole merry-go-round go around, your existence is now illegal. How is this even possible?
Corporate America, we are tired. We are tired of hitting the ground running when we have been sprinting the entire time. We are tired of being treated like children when we are professional adults who maybe are in this because we actually wanted to learn something and grow. We are tired of the lie of work-life balance, and if you go above and beyond, there will be a reward at the end. Stop gaslighting us. And finally, we are tired of being minimized down to a number and how you rate us and even how you identify us as employees. We are tired.
I'm seriously starting to think this country is just one big ass experiment that can do whatever the they want to us as long as they convince us that we're free.
Society needs to collapse, and here's why. Every waking hour of all of our existences, we are constantly tired and grumpy due to the never-ending exploitation of late-stage capitalism. This is beyond a political issue. It has become a humanitarian and a health issue. Even the quote-unquote rich and successful people are miserable. They're unhappy, they're lonely, they're depressed. Nobody is thriving in this system. Everybody is failing in one way or another. It's just impossible to be happy. Because we are waking up and going to bed burnt out and exhausted, our sense of community and our sense of social life have been completely degraded and replaced with widespread loneliness, lovelessness, and hyper-individualism. Humans are social creatures, and living in this technology and AI-induced state of captivity is incredibly unnatural and unhealthy. Everybody is affected, and if we don't make changes now, it's only going to continue to get worse.
Is it just me, or does life feel boring anymore? Like, I really can't explain it, but everything just feels empty. Like, I don't know, like it feels like you wake up, you do the same stuff for the most part, and then when you do things that are supposed to be fun, it doesn't hit the same way like it used to. Even TV shows and stuff doesn't hit the same way. I know I can't be the only one out there feeling like this because everything just feels weird anymore. It does. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, it feels like people in general are fake for the most part now.
The new American dream is to leave America. That's the new American dream. You know, I've been following people on TikTok who have moved to other countries, and this one guy I follow, he moved to Thailand 6 years ago, and he said the number one question he used to always get from his friends was, why are you leaving America? And now, all he hears from his friends when they write him or call him is, how can I leave America? It's funny how things have changed so much in 6 years. Not funny. Sad. Really sad how things have changed in 6 years. I mean, this is now the third world country. America is a third world country. Isn't that nice? We all now live in a third world country. Sick. And it ain't getting any better. That's for sure. I mean, people move to these other countries because it's safe. You don't got to worry about bang, bang every day, you know, if you got kids. I mean, I don't, but I mean, people that have young children today, like sending their kids to school, you say goodbye to them in the morning and it's like, this really could be goodbye. Healthcare, forget about healthcare. Even before these subsidies go away, you know, so many people paying $500 a month, $900 a month, $1,200 a month. Last week, now, everybody getting these letters in the mail, their premiums double, triple, quadruple. I was posting, I think, the other day about this girl. She's running for Congress, or like a House seat. I forget what state she's in. Anyway, she just got her Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it was up 546%. Nobody could. Who could pay these premiums? I mean, it's literally, you got to choose between healthcare, your mortgage, your rent, or food. You got to have food. More than likely, you want a roof over your head, so can't do all three. So it's going to be healthcare, just people living without healthcare. God forbid you get hurt, go to the hospital, you're done. Your house that you may have owned will now belong to them. It's crazy. So, yeah, sadly, the new American dream is to leave.
I don't like what's happening with our kids, and I think this is a really shitty time for them to be growing up or being on the cusp of adulthood. I have a senior in high school who is applying to college. He's received 2 acceptances so far, and he is not excited. There is no excitement there about what the future holds. Will AI take my job? What can I major in that is safe? I will never be able to buy a house, or I'm going to be 40 by the time I can afford my first home. They are entering the world with a very different mindset than in the late 90s, early 2000s, us as parents. I mean, I got that college acceptance letter and it was like, oh my God, I couldn't wait to go. There was no way my future wasn't bright. Like the whole world was in front of me. And I feel so bad for these kids because does not seem like that. The messaging is not the same. I think rightfully so. I want to hear from you guys, from other parents who are in the same boat as me. Like, what is the conversation that we have? Without being Pollyanna, positive, as my son will say, because we'll talk and he's like, you're naively positive. Maybe I am. I just want to hype him up about the future. But I'm scared of shit too, guys. Like, what the hell?
So I don't really want to do this anymore. I get it now. I don't want to do all of this anymore. You know what I want? I want to grow my own food. I don't need a big apartment. I'll take an apartment that's 1,000 square feet. I want to go somewhere where I'm surrounded by women like me, or good people like me that just want to live their lives and have excitement and go on adventures. You know what I've always wanted to do? I will pick furniture up off the side of the road and paint it and sand it and finish it and put really pretty knobs and different jewelry thingies on it and just I've always wanted to do that. So I live in my space with other great people around me. I get up. I have coffee every morning. I have fresh food. I either put my shoes on or I don't. And then I go out over here and I paint and I sand and I make stuff when I want them on my own terms. And why can't I? Did you see the video of the girl who reads a paragraph from her mother's diary? Her mother is deceased. And it's talking about how she's stuck and she wants to do all these things and she doesn't. I don't know how the hell I do it. But if I think hard enough on it, I can do it. So if you know how to get me to Portugal so I can visit at a super low expense, let me know. I'm not kidding. I'll go with you. I'll travel with you. I don't care. I want to visit places I'm considering living. And I think right now that's at the top of the list.
All right, so look. People are quietly giving up right now, and nobody's really talking about it. Well, not really. Sure, everybody's talking about how bad things are, the rent, the bills, the jobs, the stress, but nobody's really talking about what's going on the inside. We're living in an epidemic of loneliness, and that was not by accident. It was by design. This society raised us inside of a narcissistic system that trained us to be hyper-individualistic. It told us that standing alone was strength, that love was weakness, that asking for help meant failure. We were programmed to compete instead of connect, to win instead of heal, to stand out instead of stand together. And over time, it worked. We became a nation of people that don't know how to ask for help, who don't know how to trust, who don't even know how to need each other anymore. Before everything started collapsing, we were already disconnected. Everybody chasing success. Everybody just trying to make it. Everybody just trying to get rich or die trying. We stepped over each other. We used each other, pretended not to see each other. And now, as the world falls apart, we are still stuck in that same mindset, trying to survive alone. There are mothers right now staring at their empty refrigerators, trying to figure out how they are going to feed their children and keep the lights on at the same time. They're skipping meals so the kids can eat, working long hours, hiding their tears because they can't afford to fall apart. They're exhausted, but they keep going because that's what mothers do. And there are fathers, men who were taught that their worth begins and ends with their ability to provide. Men are out here working impossible hours, doing everything that they said was the right thing to do, and still coming up short. Still failing to provide, still feeling like a failure in their own house. And the men are starting to break down quietly, hurting in silence because this world never gave them permission to feel. And both of them, the mothers and the fathers, are carrying more weight than any one person should have to carry alone. Both are fighting invisible battles just to keep a resemblance of normal alive. And the young people see through it. They see how this world feeds on lies, how it glorifies exhaustion and calls it ambition. And they're checking out early. They're numb, disconnected, because they can already see the truth that this system has no future for them. And then the elders, the ones who gave everything to this machine, they're tired too, watching everything that they built crumble. The pensions, gone. The savings, gone. And the health is not far behind. That's fading too. And for what? So when I say people are quietly giving up, literally, there are parents giving up. There are children giving up. There are elders giving up. There are people who feel trapped right now, who feel unseen, who feel like there's no way out. And that's what this system has done. It has stripped the people of connection, of purpose, of meaning. And the only way to make it out is through each other. Not the governments, not corporations, not religions, but each other. Through community, through love, through somebody deciding to still give a because sometimes that's all it takes. Just one person deciding to care again. You see, we were trained to think individualistically. The me over the we. The self above all else. And ironically, that's the one thing that we can use to heal this situation. Because when you look at this through an esoteric lens, it's not all wrong. It's just inverted. At a lower vibration, that mindset becomes narcissism. It becomes selfishness. But when you raise the vibration, you start to see it differently. You start to see that everything is I. Everything you see, everything you touch, everything you love or hate is I. It's the same source consciousness playing all the roles and all the parts. And that's how we flip it. That's how we alchemize this sickness. Because the real sickness isn't just the depression. It's the disconnection. And the real cure isn't medication or therapy. It's reconnection with each other, with nature, with the source. People are quietly giving up right now. And nobody's really talking about it. But maybe it's time that we should.
I think that we are in a very interesting point in time where it just seems like there's so much chaos and so much going on in the world. But I think the important thing is that people are starting to wake up and they're starting to come together to realize that this system was not built for our greater good. And I think that as we start to wake up and realize that, the more chaos is going to come, because they can't have people waking up and thinking on their own. They want to keep people scared, keep them in control. So when we start to come together and when we start to realize these things are happening, it's so important to keep supporting each other, to keep helping each other grow, and to stay positive and to not fall into their trap of fear. I hope you have a blessed, beautiful day, and just take a second for yourself to realize that this world is a very beautiful place and you get to create every single second of your life. So make it worth living and go out and just make the world a better place for you and for everyone else around you.
That's the end of the video, guys. I'm super curious. I want to know your thoughts. Do you resonate with any of this? Have you personally been experiencing a disconnect from life? Have you personally been noticing how the world is slowly changing? It's slowly turning into something that we had no idea it was going to be. Go ahead and comment down below your thoughts, your feelings. I read all the comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe as well, and stay tuned for the next video.